Greetings, film freaks. We are the Podcorn Kernels. Join us as we discuss the hard and often indigestible truths that are at the center of the fluffy and delicious world of cinema.
What's poppin', people? Welcome to the Podcorn Kernels podcast. My name is Adam, and joining me in your earholes is Harry. Say hello, Harry.
She's a butterfly. She's mine. Did you see the size of that chicken?
On today's episode, we will be talking about Champions. This is a 2023 film directed by Bobby Farrelly and stars Woody Harrelson, Caitlin Olsen, and Matt Cook. IMDb describes the synopsis as follows. A former minor league basketball coach is ordered by the court to manage a team of players with intellectual disabilities. He soon realises that despite his doubts, together, this team can go further than they ever imagined. Here is an original song to support the synopsis.
I play with my dudes, time after time. We got a new coach, 'cause he committed a crime and bad mistakes. This film's got a few, and I've had my share of sports films, but this one is new. What I mean to go on and on and on. They're not the champions, they are my friends, and they'll keep on playing to the end. They're not the champions, they're not the champions. No time for winners, 'cause they're not the champions of this film.
Let's start with some facts about the film. Woody Harrelson had high praise for co-star Madison Tevlin after working with her on the film. He was quoted as saying, "She's not a great basketball player, but she is a movie star."
I don't agree.
Straight out the gate.
I wouldn't say she's a movie star. She was funny at bits, but you could tell she was trying to recall the lines. She was, and it was very staged. It was almost like, what would you call it? Orlando Bloom acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Which is
odd.
still kind of a compliment.
Yeah, I thought it was odd that Woody highlighted her as a standout performer, considering she didn't have an awful lot to do within the film.
She didn't even play basketball.
No, she was just a bench warmer, right?
Yeah, but they said she's a stone cold baller, which means she's scoring, man. She's scoring, was it 6 from outside the D? Is it 6?
I don't know, mate. I have
Or is
no
that
idea.
tennis?
I don't know.
32 love.
That's tennis.
Oh.
30 love.
I'm getting confused then. Yeah, I didn't find her to be a movie star. I didn't think exceptional performance.
Yeah.
I think it was funny, entertaining, but how much can you do in a comedy like this?
That's true.
The only thing missing from this is Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
In that respect, it's that level of comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a movie star. And shame as well, because if she's not a good basketball player, that's 2 hits.
Well, that's
She's
why
been hit twice.
That's why I'm assuming, even though in the film, in the context of the film, they make out that she's a fantastic b-ball player, but you don't actually see her shoot hoops at all.
No.
But I think fair play. If you get Woody's stamp of approval, then that's fine by me, because I love the man. So we'll go with what he says.
I think all she needs, though, is an acting coach that teaches her to be more naturalistic in the way she delivers lines.
Yeah.
And to not obviously do it so regimented. And but again, that might be a limitation due to her condition.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And that's something she might develop in time, given more opportunities. But like I said, if Woody says yes, I say yes too.
Hell yeah.
Second fact, this movie is a remake of a 2018 Spanish film, Campeones.
Have you seen it?
No.
Me neither.
Do you want to see it?
I think I would. I'd like to see the comparison, because if you look at your Let the Right One In and stuff, you've always got these foreign ones that you might not have seen first. You might have seen the remake, the bastardized Hollywoodian ones.
Yeah.
So maybe it stands out. Maybe it's a better film. I actually would be really intrigued to watch that.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think with this sort of film, for me personally, if you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. You know which way it's going to go.
Spanish, though, that's the big difference.
That's what, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe a cultural difference would be a nice change to proceedings. I would probably give it a watch. I'd much rather watch the Spanish version, the original source material, than, like you said, the bastardized Hollywood version.
Yeah.
And maybe I will, but I probably won't.
Come on.
Final fact, Javier Fesser, director of the original movie, was consulted by Universal to obtain permission for making an American remake. Fesser accepted with 2 conditions: that the actors that played the disabled basketball team were real-life disabled, and the ending remained the same. Mm-hmm. Universal agreed.
Oh, he sniffed. He thought, this is Hollywood. They're going to change this ending. So what's his name? Downtown? No, Showtime.
Yeah.
So Showtime scores his reverse shot. Yeah. Yeah.
I think if it had that Hollywood ending of him making a mad backward shot and everyone like lifting him up on their shoulders and they've done it, they've made it. Spoiler alert, they don't fucking win. I think if they'd done that and put that Hollywood generic vanilla touch,
you can overcome every obstacle when you can't.
Yeah. And that speaks to everyone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I think, the film would have been lessened if the Hollywoods got their nails into it and finished it how we would assume they would want to finish a film like this.
Totally, yeah. They want to send the message home no matter whether it's realistic or not, or whether, if it's just to be like dreams can come true.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. It's one of my likes, by the way.
Yeah? We'll go into them now if you're ready.
I'll go into it. So, the misleading foreshadowing of Showtime. Downtown's the guy from Semi-Pro, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Yeah,
could be,
it's Andre 3000's character.
Oh, okay.
Downtown, over here. You don't want it. Yeah, misleading foreshadowing of Showtime. That was unexpected, but now you've mentioned that it potentially was handheld by the Spanish director of the original.
Yeah.
It might have ended different, but I liked that they build a foreshadowing showing that this guy has one move. He gets open. This guy's great at getting open. Yeah. He opens gaps up. He opens teams up like can of beans. But then he gets the ball to him and he decides to turn his back. He 180s.
Yeah.
Puts his back to it and wants to do a Showtime throw.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's, this is Mighty Ducks essentially. This is every sports film.
Yeah.
And then it hits the bar. It hits the rim.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's different. I thought, I'm glad that's happened. And Woody Harrelson can't understand why they're happy, but it's because Showtime has never hit the ring.
Well, he's achieved progress, not perfection, right? So instead of him nailing that shot where he's facing away from the hoop, throwing it over his head and it going in, he's just getting closer to achieving that goal, which I think is more realistic.
Is that problematic, though? Is it problematic to say, look, he achieved something lesser than perfection, but he should be happy with it?
No, I think it speaks to a more realistic sense of in life you can have a great ambitions and not necessarily achieve all you set out to do.
It's the doing.
But it's the taking part. It's not the winning. It's the fact that his teammates, instead of being pissed off that he made this ridiculous shot when he could win the game if he took a normal shot, they're all on the same team. They're all part of the same vibe tribe. So they're like, well, cool, man, like way to go, progress. And they're all pumped. And I think it offers Woody Harrelson's character as coach to be like, you know what, to these guys, it doesn't necessarily matter about the winning. It's the taking part. It's the being supportive of one another. It's being given a platform to just have fun.
Yeah.
Which I think is a nice message for a film like this.
It is.
But it's a message that has been done so many times that for me, within 5 minutes of this film, I was like, I know where this is going to go.
Well, it's Cool Runnings as well, isn't it?
It's every underdog
attempt and they still didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, and credit where credit's due. Like you, when I saw this fella only take the back to the net shot.
The Showtime shot.
Yeah, the Showtime shot, exactly. I was like, well, he's going to keep failing, and then right at the pivotal moment, this guy's going to pull it out of the bag, and he's going to nail it, and he's going to win the game, and everyone's going to be like, and before it even happened, I was like, well, I know that's going to happen, and that's pissed me off. That was the only beat in the whole film that I didn't see coming. I was like, oh shit, he didn't it didn't get it in.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was
I
cool.
like that. Yeah.
I did think that was good. And Woody couldn't understand. Like, why are you celebrating? You laughed.
Yeah.
That's that whole, like, go get it, be victorious thing.
It's a shift of perspective, isn't it? He's a consummate professional as a coach that is always playing to win, to try and train his players to be the best they can be. And it's shift his sort of narrative to be like, it's not necessarily about getting your name on a trophy. It's about having fun, a sense of community. And I think the film, for all its flaws, and I think it's got a fair few, the message is positive, and I agree. I like that. Any more likes for Champions?
Yeah, why are you asking that? It's a sweet film, but I think it has a short shelf life. I think it's sweet at the moment, but I do think maybe 2-3 years from now, it would be sort of considered a bit of a taboo film.
You reckon?
Potentially. I do. I kind of think, because they're sort of made to be silly. All of the kids in it that have got sort of disabilities, apart from the real good shooter, Julio. Darius, sorry.
Yeah.
Darius, yeah. He got his condition through being hit by a drunk driver, which is an essential part of the storyline.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that sort of shows like a bit of swagger, a bit of talent. All the others are just like clowns.
But they're
always.
portrayed as clowns, aren't they?
Yeah, so I think it might have a short shelf life.
Okay.
I think it might end up like, what was that Adam Sandler film? Good Luck to Chuck and Larry or something. Do you remember it?
Oh, where they were mates that pretended that they were gay and got married.
It is one of the biggest crimes of the noughties.
Yeah.
It is awful. Just so he can get parenting allowance for his mate. Adam Sandler just says, we'll pretend to be gay and get married. It is an awful film.
Well, that's problematic, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think this is to that degree.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is. But like this straight white couple are rom-comming hard in it, or observing people with learning disabilities or, special needs.
Yeah.
And they're observing it high on the castle and they're looking down going, oh, actually, they are human. They can do things.
Yeah. Listen, it's a tricky...
It's supposed to be alike.
It is a tricky business, isn't it? Because, you can't say the film's not inclusive. The casting, they do cast people with intellectual disabilities, and I think that
great exposure.
Imagine they didn't. The uproar if they had like fully abled actors,
wow,
like portraying that would be a minefield.
Who would have played them parts?
I wouldn't even like to say.
Jared Leto.
Well, yeah,
he would have been in there, wouldn't he?
Likely, yeah. And I think you're right. The dialogue that the actors are given, and they are portrayed as clowns, and there is a sense of you as an audience, like there's parts where you're kind of laughing at them, and there are moments in the film where it's like, well, are they part of the joke? Yeah. Are they in on it, or are we just laughing at their expense for a cheap laugh? And that's something you look at Bobby Farrelly's body of work, like his films are slapstick humour that probably haven't timed that well. Dumb and Dumber. There's something about Mary, Hall Pass, Heartbreak Kids. They all were, decent-ish comedies of their time. I think the times have outgrown Farrelly as a director. I think that brand of comedy is sort of dwindling now. It's not as potent as it once was. So I think I tend to agree. There certainly is moments in the film that are a little bit
well, you've seen programs like Love on the Spectrum and Undateables, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now you watch them programs, and as sweet as they are, there's always a part of you that thinks like you're watching them from the point of view of a comedy almost, because of the way it's edited.
Well, and
they edit it in a way where you're laughing, and then you realise you're laughing because it's not how you would do something. It's not how you would date someone. You would never dream of saying to someone, you wouldn't say I love you within a minute.
No. And
that happens, say, in Undateables, and you laugh at them because you're like, that's so stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you tell someone you love them within 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So you're almost laughing at them.
And I think in those programs you speak of as well, the editors, the directors they've got some answering to do, because the music they pair alongside it is like comedy music. It's slapstick.
Music.
Yeah, and you're like, well, hang on a minute. You're leading me down this sort of tricky path where I'm, as an audience member, almost like you say, laughing at these people that don't necessarily know any better. Their experience of love and feelings are drawn from the screen, the films, the television shows that they watch. It's not deep rooted in realism like maybe mine and yours experience would be.
Replicating what you see, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And
mimicking.
Yeah, and on one hand, you watch programs like that and you're like, well, it's really nice that they've got this sort of platform to potentially find a partner, to find love, to expand their existence and stuff like that. But on the other hand, it is an element of exploitation, isn't it?
I love these programs, by the way. I love Dating on on the spectrum
Yeah.
and the Undateables. But it is almost zoological. I'm almost at a zoo, like thinking I'm like observing them because they're so different from me.
But it's exactly that, isn't it? It's look at these sort of people trying to date. It is a spectacle. There are dating programs that have, fully abled people.
Oh, Love Island.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
But that's highly sexualized. And that's like, this person spends 6 days in a week in the gym. They're thick as shit, but look how sexy they look. Like, they've had their teeth done, fake tan, all of that.
Bleach my arsehole.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the other end of the spectrum. And then with this one, I guess both are a form of exploitation.
Yeah.
But the people that are not intellectually disabled, there's an argument to be had that they should know better.
Yeah.
Listen, doing an episode on a film like Champions, it's a light-hearted film, but I think in its undercurrent, there's some serious subject matter on it, and I think it is worth talking about. And you bringing up those points, I think they're valid, and it's right for you to do so.
I will add, just before we move on, that if you get a chance, watch the specials. I think you can find it on YouTube, but that is a program where it is literally left to the actual subject matters. They just film them.
Yeah.
There's no hurdy-gurdy music. There's no setting up scenes for them, forcing them to go on dates to see what happens. It's not a social experiment. They are literally just living their lives and they follow them around. That's probably one of the best I've seen.
Exactly.
In terms of a looking glass.
It's more of a fly on the wall than a director behind the camera going, it would be really funny if we had this music go alongside you on your first date, and then you said something ridiculous here, so we're going to have the music pitch change so the audience knows when to laugh. And it is almost gladiatorial in that sense. You're, as an audience member, you're in the Roman arenas. You're up high looking down on these people forced to fight. If you're intellectually capable and you're watching people that are lesser so on your screen, it's almost that same dynamic, and your hand is being held when to laugh at this point. And it is, when you think about it, it is tricky. It is a little bit sticky. It's a bit tasteless, I think.
How horrific that would be to force people with special needs to fight each other in front of hundreds of people. That would be one of the worst things ever.
That is a different program, and that is one, thankfully, that I don't think would ever be made. But just to play devil's advocate, if you've got two intellectually disabled people that want to fight, why should they not be allowed to fight?
It's true. Well, you get UFC fighters that have got Down syndrome. You get them. They actually compete and they fight able-bodied people that don't have Down syndrome. I think that's amazing. That's equality. And that guy wants to do it. He's all up for it. He's in. He's like, fuck it, I want to be a fighter. Let me fight.
And why shouldn't he be allowed?
Yeah, exactly. That is equality. I love it.
I think, yeah. Nail on the head there.
Talking about the whole gladiatorial one with them having a ruck, someone has sat in a room somewhere for Undateables or something and spoke about how we can construct this to make it funny for entertainment.
Yeah,
it's no different to sitting there saying, imagine you put two people with special needs into a ring to fight each other.
Yeah.
For money.
Yeah.
For money.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's where does it start? Where does it actually start with a program like that? Or a film like this, for instance?
Well, I guess it speaks to curiosity. It speaks to the audience wanting to understand what they don't necessarily know. On a more positive outlook, it would be like, well, it's representation. They get to be represented fairly on screen, which you don't always see. So I think inclusivity is important. But you're right. With these programs that seem to be more and more popular, with the Undateables.
Oh, so many.
It's like, okay, people were watching, people consuming this are enjoying it. And the production values have gone up as more series has happened. And me and you have watched these programs together and watched them. And the music alongside it alone, it's like whimsical. It's like you said, almost like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They almost have like theme music. And it's like, is this acceptable? I'm laughing at this and I'm being told when to laugh because of musical cues.
But I don't want the programs to stop because I do enjoy them.
Yeah. And I think you enjoy them like I enjoy them because we're romantics at heart, and it's like it's
Underdog.
pure. Yeah, we're like, well, we want these people to find love. Like you want everyone to find love. Human existence is short, and if we're here for a short time, we want to be here for a good time.
Everyone wants to be someone's Christmas present.
Everybody wants to be someone's Christmas present, and it's true.
Yeah.
Have you got any more likes for me?
Oh, just one short one. When Constantine says to Woody Harrelson, "You're no Matthew McConaughey." No, you're not McConaughey, because I love anything that's potentially talking to that whole McConaughey Woody maybe being real brothers. This ongoing thing that even appeared in this film.
Yeah,
love it.
And I really want that to happen.
Oh, it'd be amazing, man.
I'd love that. If they end up being real life bros, I'd be like, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that was a cool little nod in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah.
Any more likes?
No, man.
That's you done?
Mm.
So my likes are, I mean, we've touched on it basically, but first and foremost, it is well-intentioned wholesomeness. Champions is light-hearted entertainment, is inclusive, positive and fun. And whilst it holds no surprises in terms of plot or story, it's good at encouraging acceptance. And I think that's important. I think a film like Champions can be used as a tool to teach the young and the ignorant that those who have intellectual disabilities can be individual, independent and interesting. Yeah. So from a critical standpoint, watching a film like this, once it finished, I'm like, well, I haven't taken a great deal away from that. But but saying that, this film isn't necessarily made for me. Like, imagine having a youngster that has Down syndrome and then watching a film when all the other films they've seen, they haven't seen someone that they can look at on screen and be like, that's like me. I'm represented. I recognise that in a person. I'm like that. I can see that and I can see them on camera. Wow, I can see them on screen. Wow, I haven't seen that before. I think all that is very, very important.
I'd show it to my daughter, 100.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think if you're like in primary school and you're just about to leave primary school, this is a great film to teach equality and how people are different.
Exactly that.
Really
good. You know, and from someone who loves cinema and in the format of a podcast, critiquing a film like that, like this, is difficult because I know it's meant to do good. Yeah, and there's lots of good things about it. It's like I say, it's positive, and like you say, show it to a younger audience, and it teaches them, you know, be accepting.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not everyone's the same as you, and that's okay. And I think it is crucial to have this in cinema.
An opal is a gem of many colours.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, it is. That's deep. I like that. Second like is Woody Harrelson. I love Woody.
Always.
I could watch the man peel potatoes and be entertained. Whilst I think he is stronger in a supporting role than as a film's lead, I still enjoyed watching him as this generic sports coach with an inevitable retribution arc.
That's a good point.
His rapport with the supporting cast felt real, and it seemed that he was having a nice time. And if Woody's having a nice time, I'm having a nice time.
Nice.
So, yeah, you know,
I'm with you.
It's rare that Woody's a lead. And like I said, I prefer him supporting because I think that's where his strengths lie. But it was nice to see him having a run out as the front man. Yeah,
I think people would argue that the team are the lead and he's just there sort of egging them on.
True.
Yeah, you're right, though. As films go, he is the lead.
Yeah, he's the star pulling power, isn't he?
Well, he's still great in it. Like the way he's reacting and just still keeping his acting going around people that obviously aren't doing conventional acting.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just stone cold pro. Yeah. And highly watchable, even in this.
You get a sense that an actor that's more ego, that's a diva to work with, real difficult, real arsehole, working in a film with a group of people like the players in Champions, you would think a lesser person with less patience, it could be problematic. You could hear things off set about this person losing their temper because you know. Credit where credit
saying
due.
That there's potentially an actor out there that might have abused them, hurt them, and thrown shit at them?
I think there's actors out there that would have put their performance and their reputation above the needs of people that need special help and assistance in a project like this. Yeah. I think they'd be focused on what's this going to make me look like. I have to nail this role as a coach. I've got to be really endearing and personable. I've got to be all these things and believable. And it would put their requirements ahead of that of the supporting cast. Whereas I think it takes just a good soul like Woody Harrelson to be like, this film isn't about me. I'm in the driving seat, so to speak, but this film's about them. This is those that are intellectually disabled and giving them a platform.
I think that came across, didn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. One of the strongest points for me anyway. My last like about the film is Winston. Ernie Hudson played my favourite Ghostbuster when I was younger, and I enjoyed seeing him on screen again. You can tell the man looks after himself and he looks
fat? He looks fat.
No, I stumbled and mumbled. You can tell the man looks after himself and he looks fucking fantastic for 77.
That is mad.
77.
That is mad.
I'm mid-30s and the man looks better than I look now. and have ever looked.
It's
Like,
weird.
incredible.
It's weird you picked that out because one of my dislikes is Woody Harrelson is 62 and has an exceptional body.
He's 62.
He's 62. Look at his body on the bed at the start after he's made pancakes with what's her name?
Caitlin Olsen.
Caitlin Olsen, yeah, from Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fuckers, 62 and 77, look exceptional.
I looked down at myself because it's exceptionally hot in England at the moment. I looked down at my dirty rolls of pale man meat from tit to sternum to navel. And I was just like, look at Woody, look at him. He's 62. Look at that lovely surfer's body. Look at this.
And the man's a stone cold stoner as well, isn't he?
He's a winner.
And he's like, yeah.
And you know what? He's got receding hair, just like me. And I looked at his head, and he's got that lovely beard, just like in Triangle Sadness. I was looking at him going, he makes it look good. I want to make it look good.
You do make it look good.
I think a few million and doing a job you love helps.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're like, well, what's your job? Well, it's kind of my boat race. Okay, I better go gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that. If you're not working a 9 till 5 office type job, you've got the means to go out and make yourself look. You've got a team behind you, haven't you?
You've got an entourage.
Exactly, yeah. I'd be fucking stunning if I had a chef, a nutritionist, a personal trainer,
Imagine.
skincare person, a makeup person.
And you won't even cook chicken.
Hey.
Because you're scared.
I've been stung by uncooked chicken before.
Yeah, but you're cooking it.
Yeah, but I don't trust myself.
Exactly, you don't trust yourself to cook chicken.
Yeah.
Dude, that is some burger shit.
Yeah. I don't think I'm alone, though. Please do get in touch if you're frightened of cooking chicken, so I don't feel so isolated.
Takes 5 minutes to fry.
Listen, have you got food poisoning from chicken before?
No, I had from kidney beans, I believe, or like uncooked beef mince because I couldn't wait when Mummy was cooking chili once.
Right, let me tell you something. As someone, again, I'm going to bring up
Not
the old
the
IBS.
ibs.
Yeah, another day, another IBS chat. But as someone who gets stung by food a lot, uncooked chicken is by far the worst experience.
Salmonella, isn't it?
Oh, it's the worst, man. It's quick, but it's brutal.
Oh,
Like it takes a while to clear out, but once it hits you, you're in for a bad time.
shit.
Full body shakes,
Oh, wow.
bum exits, bum exits,
Whoa.
mouth exits. It's all going, trembling. I actually think I'm getting a case of it just talking about it.
I
we
wouldn't be
should move on.
surprised.
Yeah. I'm a sensitive flower. What didn't you like about Champions?
So I just covered one. Woody Harrelson, 6'2", exceptional body. I can't abide by that, but we can move past it.
Just a bit of jealousy seeping in there, yeah?
Just a bit, man.
Yeah.
35.
I'm right there with you.
35. He's almost twice my age.
Yeah. Fucking Winston, mate, 77.
Yeah, but I didn't see him naked. I didn't see his man flesh.
You don't need to know that.
What is it? What do you smell? Man flesh.
You if you look on his IMDb page, he's got his guns out, and at 77, like,
He's looking good.
I mean, to be honest, it's not he's looking good for 77. He's just looking fucking good. He looks better than I'll ever look.
He looks so good, man.
Yeah, tasty man. What else didn't you like about the film?
No, I don't care if you're scared of water. Wash that stank off of your back.
Matt.
When Woody Harrelson gets a bit too close to one of his players, and he goes, "That's some serious musk you got going here," because the
Being
guy
polite.
don't like showering. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no excuse. I don't care if you're going to cry for 6 days. You're having a shower, man.
Yeah.
Get your ass in there. If you can eat the ketchup, you can clean it up. Yeah, yeah,
There is no excuse.
yeah.
I mean, being scared of a shower is probably a real thing. You could be scared of anything.
Well,
but
people are scared of showers because they
Yeah.
might. But you're not going to drown in a shower. But you need someone to just say, "Look, you need to wash, otherwise you're going to get bed sores. You're going to get really ill." No one should have to smell you.
no one should have to smell you. You're right.
It's horrible.
But we live in a world where wet wipes exist. So even if you don't want to have a shower,
But
you
the
shouldn't
environment,
be.
Adam, the environment.
Would you rather deal with a smelly, sweaty man or a few wet wipes clogging
Well,
up?
I'm not going to save the world, so
You don't know.
I'd rather pollute the world and he be cleaned.
I think that's more achievable. One man's personal hygiene's more achievable than saving
the
the
world.
world from
Yeah.
pollution
I
and
don't think-
plastics.
I mean, as podcasts go, I don't think anyone's saved the world with one yet. They might have. I don't know.
Still early doors for us, mate.
Very early doors.
We've opened people's eyes on IBS and Chicken and God knows what else on this podcast.
And Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've done a lot. One day we'll save the world with this pod.
Oh, mate.
I believes. Any more dislikes for me?
A house divided cannot stand. And this film is exactly that. You can't be part rom-com and revolutionary film giving special needs actors the stage.
There it is.
Who and what is this film actually about?
Yeah. I get it.
I don't know. Why is it a rom-com?
It doesn't need to be there, does it?
No, you don't need the female interest or male interest. You don't need the relationship.
Well, it takes the focus away from a basketball team that are learning about playing together, about competing, about having fun, learning about how things don't always go your way. And there's loads of great messages for the team within the film and for younger audiences and ignorant audiences alike. There's loads there. You don't need a sort of crowbarred in relationship, love interest that feels...
And the weak link that at first she was just a throwaway fuck, but now he's coaching her special needs younger brother. There's now going to blossom from it a relationship. I was like, you're distracting from why I've even turned this on. But if I had a movie dial, and let's say the first one is drama, and the second one's horror, the third one is thriller, and the fourth one's comedy and stuff, I would have pulled it all the way back to drama and done it justice. I would have done a realistic film with this cast.
Yeah.
Even if they look at the camera, even if they break character. If Woody's there to steer the ship, keep it a full drama, keep the rom-com shit out. It could have been a really good, almost unveiling of like a really, really tough film to make. Make it a drama. I wanted it to be a drama. I know it wasn't. The front cover says the opposite.
Exactly, yeah.
But I was sitting there thinking like, wow, this could really have been something if it was serious, no rom-com elements to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't invested in the rom-com.
No, me neither.
Not at all.
No, and one of my main dislikes was something to do with that sort of love interest, and it was Caitlin Olsen. All I see is Sweet D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, I just don't rate her as a serious actor. Her voice and mannerisms kind of piss me off. She's an irritating presence and annoys me in pretty much everything I see her in.
Oh, well, I didn't feel that.
I don't think I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
She's pretty. I kept looking into her eyes going, she's really pretty.
I don't think it's got anything to do with it because I think she's talentless.
Oh.
That's scathing.
Do you not like
that's scathing.
You not like Sunny?
I love Sunny.
She's great in Sunny. Isn't she?
Yeah, but she's meant to be annoying in that. And in this film, like you speak of the love interest element, there was not a single element of the chemistry between her and Woody that I bought.
No.
It was like, oh, this is so forced. Like, this is horrible. And I don't know.
Wasn't necessary.
Something about her, I can't lie to you and I can't lie to the podcast by not bringing it up, but she does my fucking head in.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's there. It's out there now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caitlin, if you're listening, but I say what I say. I mean what I say.
Well.
Here we go.
Okay, man.
Any more dislikes?
No, that's me covered.
So are you done?
Yeah, man.
I've got another one. It's quite meaty.
I'll sit back
so bear with me
and have a drink of this lovely agua.
All right. Ready salted crisps, white rice, tap water, plain ham sandwich, rice cakes, tofu, plain crackers, rich tea biscuits, tofu again. All these things are fine, but they lack flavour and are balls to the wall boring. I consider this film to be the same. Champions is as predictable as it is generic, and I knew where this story was going to go the second Coach Woody had a bust up on the basketball court. Now, I do applaud the film's inclusivity as well as its overall message of acceptance and understanding, but the way in which it was told felt like an intelligent piece of AI software was tasked with writing an upbeat sports film that focused on dealing with intellectual disabilities and a troubled coach redeeming himself. A dot-to-dot plot, snooze-worthy script, and a frankly fucking tedious and formulaic structure made what could have been a genuine, uplifting and interesting story be nothing more than a dry slice of white bread.
Mate, if I could clap, I would.
You can clap?
Nah.
All right, then. But, yeah, and listen.
That was great.
I know a rant at a film like this probably makes me look like a dick.
No, you're giving everyone equal chance.
Exactly that. I feel like
it's not a great film.
It's not a great film. It's not a good film. It's like you said, you're giving an underrepresented group of people a platform. Respect that platform by giving them something decent to tell.
But what's the platform made of? plywood and fucking blue tack.
Fucking tofu, mate.
Oh,
Tasteless
yes.
tofu. Now
Tasteless tofu.
put chili on tofu and put flavouring on tofu. It's nice.
Yeah, but it might as well not exist.
Well, same as this film. If we use tofu as an analogy,
yes,
in this film, they could have put some ingredients with that tofu and made it substantial. And the well-intentioned, deeper, good meaning could still be fulfilled, and it could have fucking taste better when I'm consuming it.
This is your best food analogy to date.
Yeah.
Because we all know tofu is pointless without having a support team behind it.
Yeah, and
having accompaniments with it. It's pointless.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a great substitute for vegans, but as a meat eater, I mean, I wouldn't cook it myself, but if I got just plain chicken, I'd enjoy it, I'd eat it, but I'd be like, it'd be better with some flavouring. And it goes the same with tofu. It goes the same with this film. It would taste better if it tasted better.
Wow. I mean,
Deep.
That's an awesome sentence.
Deep, innit?
Yes.
Final thing I didn't like is hard to review. With films like this, if you praise it too much, you can be accused of being patronising, going too harshly, and you're a mean person who has missed the point. And it makes it hard to host a podcast on a film like that.
I think that's great, though, because you're being honest.
Can only be honest.
You're just saying what's true. I mean, I think both our bums were flapping a little at the prospect of reviewing it, because you just don't know when society's got that big red buzzer and it's just going to go.
But I would rather take a swing and review a film like this and miss and upset a few people than being like, you know what, I'm not going to review a film that focuses on intellectually disabled people because I'm frightened that I might make a misstep and say something that someone might feel aggrieved by. Because if you're gonna, that's not equal rights, is it? If you're gonna do a podcast reviewing films, you review every sort of film, and I think we do that here.
100%.
So I think we should pat ourselves on the back.
100.
I've got some questions. What are your top 3 Woody Harrelson performances?
Oh, it's definitely changed over the years. Growing up watching White Men Can't Jump and Money Train, obviously at the time I was like, these are the best films, they're the best films. But now it's 3 Billboards, No Country for Old Men, Zombieland. But obviously, if we're doing series, True Detective.
Oh man, I wish I thought of some of them. Wish I.
What did you go with?
I wish I went for No Country for Old Men. I forgot he was in there.
It's a small role, but it's in his best capacity as a support actor.
It encapsulates Woody, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100.
I wish I'd gone for
Jigger.
that. Mine are Marty Hart in True Detective. I know it's not film, but he's exceptional in that. And Tallahassee in Zombieland. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, I've got him as Zombie.
And Charlie in Seven Psychopaths, given full license to go absolutely mental over a dog, and I love to see it.
Even Triangle Sadness is great.
Yeah, he's very small role in that, but he's great.
But 3 Billboards is his best role ever.
Most layered and emotionally complex role, I'd say.
Yeah, plays a loving husband who's got terminal illness, and he decides to have the best day ever with his family before he kills himself.
Yeah.
Very layered, very shocking.
Yeah.
One of his best.
Yeah, I'm also a little annoyed I didn't include that one. So you win that round. Yeah. We have recently seen Coach Woody and Captain Woody. What other profession would you like to see Woody in next?
Astronaut.
Straight off the bat.
Yeah, so sort of like, he's already been on the moon. He's one of the last people to have done it, and then they call him and they need him. Oh no, that's DeVal from Deep Impact. Fuck that. Astronaut.
It's a great answer.
Just nothing else that I said. Just I finish it at astronaut.
Yeah.
I think his head would fit really cool inside one of them helmets.
Yeah, it would. The light bouncing off that.
And his voice in your ear when you're doing something in space, be wicked. That southern drawl.
Imagine losing your head in space because shit's gone south, and you just hear that voice.
Yeah,
reassuring you in your ear. You'd be like, "It's all right. Uncle Woody's there. He's got me. He's got me."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish I'd gone with that. I went traffic warden Woody.
Oh shit. Yeah, but he's done Rampart, hasn't he? Where he was a police officer.
Have you seen that film?
Yeah, years ago.
Did you rate it?
I was really excited to sit down and watch it because it was in the time where I'd buy a DVD purely because it said 5 stars by Empire or
the good old
Total
days.
Film. Yeah, and I liked the front cover. Woody there with his bald head, sporting a chickless, and just a
lovely side profile, wasn't it?
Yeah, side profile with shades, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think I did. I think if I was to watch it now, it might be a little less. But him again, I'm watching it for him, really.
Yeah, I'd just like to see him as a real job's worth traffic warden. Not a badass, not a rogue, just a real jobby Dwight Schrute type. I reckon I don't know why. When I thought up this question, that was my answer. But that's 2 for 2 for you. You've definitely gone with the better answers for sure.
I don't know. I would like to see that traffic warden one. It's more realistic. Boom.
Shut up, mate. Final question. It is refreshing to see actors with intellectual disabilities fairly represented on screen. What underrepresented group of people would you like to see feature more in film?
People that get sunburnt really easy.
Pasty boys?
Yeah.
Like me and you?
Yeah. Like, they don't know what it's like to leave the house and you've forgotten suntan lotion. Your whole day changes. You've got to be so careful, man, because you might be ruining 8 days of your life. If you don't get into some shade, you don't get that lotion on your skin, you got your freckles. I burn so easy. Yeah. So quick.
Mate, me too. I'm like Neapolitan ice cream.
Oi. You're brown, yellow and pink?
No, except the brown's never there because I never tan. So really I should have just said...
So you're sunburnt and you're so damaged that you're pissing yourself.
Yeah, basically. But as a paley... As a paley pasty, that looking outside and looking at you at the old phone and go, it's 25 degrees out there, go out for a walk, I'll be fine. Or might actually get a bit of colour on me, come back sunburnt, and like you say, ruins days and days. I
just have jealousy. I see people where, all I ever want to do is be comfortable when it's hot. But I'm so conscious of burning and just like what I look like with a top off, that I suffer in jeans. And a top, and I'm sitting there and I've got socks on and boots because they go well with jeans, and I'm self doing myself in like Bridge on a River Kwai in an iron little hut. I'm
self-sabotage.
And it's because the sun is my enemy.
You know what? When you first gave your answer, I was like, that's shit. But as you've developed it more, I'm like, no, but now I'm like, you're actually right. Like a pasty, we're not talking like albino levels of pasty.
You can't just go and jump on a boat for the day.
No.
You'd be fucked.
No. I travelled the world for 6 months, thought I'd come back with a lovely tan. I had a freckle.
One.
Yeah.
You should get that looked at.
Yeah. Probably will. But yeah, I that plight, that struggle of wanting to enjoy the sun. I'm like you. It's partly because I don't go to the gym and I don't work on my bodies that I'd be comfortable enough to walk out with my shirt off. But also it's because I'm paper white that nobody wants to see that. They'd be blinded by me as much as they'd be blinded by looking at the sun.
Strange though, isn't it? Because in some parts of the world, like, to be tanned means that you work the fields. Like in some Asian cultures. Like if you've got a really lovely tan, which we in the West would consider like a sign of beauty. Out there it's like, oh no, it means you work in the fields.
It's mad,
to be pale, to be like a geisha with the white powder on your face.
Different strokes for different folks.
I just wish I didn't have this war with the sun. I don't want to be stepping out the house thinking I have to wear a hat like I'm a 65-year-old man. I have to wear a hat, otherwise I'll catch the sun on my head and I could get heat stroke. And then I can fall over and then someone going to have to help me up and take me to hospital and I've pissed my pants.
I escalated.
It all leads.
Different tans for different mans.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you rate Champions out of 10?
3.5.
Oh. I thought I was going to be the harsh boy, but you went harsher.
It's just, some characters look at the camera a bit too much. The line delivery is too hokey, it's too GCSE. And in UK GCSE, that basically means SATs or, the exams that you use to get past high school. Yeah. But it's just the acting's not very professional. It's just, I don't know,
And to those people out there that are like listening to this and going, oh, that's harsh because these people have got conditions and intellectually disabled and stuff. I'd argue that
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, exactly. And I understand. I listen. I think films like this are important. I think the messages that these films make are important, crucial at helping us grow as a society and all these things. But I can't help but think because it is so important, they should do a better job with it.
I do, yeah. I think slapstick comedy, which it almost is, it's a tough one to try and make me take the film seriously.
Yeah, and I think there is a world where this film could actually be an enjoyable piece of entertainment. Deep meaning, deep-rooted, important, profound messages as well. and be well made and well acted. And
Well,
unfortunately, this is not that film.
No, you get R.J. Mitty, who's the son in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Excellent performance.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, he doesn't break the fourth wall once.
No.
I'm just watching it, I'm just like, yeah, it's a great performance. So all I'm saying is, some actors are good, some bad. Orlando Bloom's not a very good actor.
No, he's not.
Robert De Niro is a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
R.J. Mitt from Breaking Bad, who plays the son, is a great actor.
Yeah.
And Madison Telvin in this plays Constantine. I wouldn't say she's a great actor. So that's giving a fair spread.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's safe to say we're not championing Champions.
Yeah.
Because I'd give the film a 4.
Ooh.
So that gives Champions a total score of 7.5 out of 20. It's not great.
With a kiss.
With a kiss.
Because it is a sweet message and it does give exposure to...
A 7.5 with a kiss sounds a lot nicer, doesn't it? So let's go with that.
Yeah.
If you like your films to be inclusive, well-intentioned and sometimes mildly entertaining, or if you've ever wanted to watch Woody get wood over some sweet D, then Champions could be a film for you. Consider watching this one if you enjoyed The Ringer, The Peanut Butter Falcon and The Mighty Ducks. Should we play a game?
Yeah.
The game in question is What the Plot, where the rules are simple and the results quite the opposite. Harry will conceive an original idea from his big and beautiful brain and give birth to a plot. It's then down to me to nurture this thought by providing a film title, genre, cast, and anything else I can think of to raise this brainchild into a fully functioning film concept. Over to you, Harry.
Due to wildfires the size of Wales in South America, a young spider is forced into a banana crate bite.
Fuck off.
Come on, man.
I'm already feeling sick. Due to wildfires...
The size of like Wales, really large in South America, in Brazil, in the Amazon, etc. A young spider is rescued and forced into a banana crate by its mother to save its life. As the fires rage and tear through the land and kills the mum just as it like gets in the banana crate, and then the kind of crate gets moved onto a plane that flies. Anyway, it leaves South America. And it ends up in a British supermarket.
Oh, I'm going to be sick.
Where it must learn to adapt and, most importantly, try and fit into the English house spider society.
Oh, mate, I'm going to be sick.
Come on, man.
Can I tell you something?
I'm trying to make you find sympathy for tarantulas.
Tarantulas. There will never be sympathy for tarantulas.
Quentin tarantulas.
I worked in the produce section of a supermarket. My job was to open up the bananas.
Oh.
Every single time I did the bananas, I did this 5 days a week, by the way. Every time I'd be on edge, I'd be taking off the box, peeling back to the plastic. Look, one time there was a fucker in there.
What did it look like?
It looked like a dirty bastard, mate, because they're all dirty bastards.
Tarantula?
Baby tarantula.
No.
Oh, it's on me.
So it weren't domestic. It wasn't just an English-British supermarket spider.
No.
It had come from somewhere.
It had fucking colourful hair, mate.
Oh, my God.
It had dreads and boxing gloves.
I wish I had done this.
And my manager chased me out of the store with it. I ran down the car park. He chased me outside of the store, then stopped because he was like, shit, he's still got 6 hours left of his shift. So a film like this is triggering.
I know, but I thought maybe we could find... So you know how there was a huge movement during, post-Jaws, where it's like they had to persuade people sharks are not these evil things.
No, but spiders are, mate.
No. But it's like sharks don't have a taste for human. They're not vindictive. They're not evil. They're just wild. They're mistaken you for a seal, and they're going to fucking eat you. It's going to happen. But people had actually like dislike for them, like to a point where they were glad that they were dead because at least then that's one less shark to bite me. We need to start turning the camera towards spiders.
No, we don't.
We do. We do. They hold too much sway over us. Look at you now.
I feel like there's one in my shirt.
Exactly.
I'm going to be sick.
Exactly.
Give me some raw chicken so I can take my mind off of it. This is fucking horrible.
It's crippling, isn't it? It's crippling. But I used to think of it a really cute spider.
There is no such thing.
There are.
There's no such thing.
There are. Like with the big eyes and stuff. Mama, why aren't you coming with me? You gotta go. Throws him in the banana crate. Mama! Fire! The credits start to come up.
Think of a lovely paedophile.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. You can't think of a nice spider. They're horrible. They're the devil's hands.
Kevin Bacon. No, because we should go down that
branch.
No,
let's keep it light by talking about the spiders.
But a spider's not making a conscious decision, is it, to scare Adam John? It's not.
Do you know if spiders could speak what they'd sound like?
They don't hunt humans. They sit in corners and they just want to be left alone, mate.
Yet. Do you know what they sound like?
Have you seen any spider films?
I've seen spiders in films.
Yeah, but have you seen any
I can't,
spider-centric
mate.
films?
I can't. I used to want to watch I'm a Celebrity, and then in the adverts they'd have one calling on the screen. I was like, I can't watch it. Even me moving my hand like that to gesture a spider fucks me up.
This is my point. We need to take away the stigma. We need to do a film and see the sympathetic side of spiders. Apparently spiders that can talk. And ones that can have intentional go in that banana crate, it will go somewhere safe.
But this, you're trying to paint spiders in a nice light. But the kid spider killed its mum when it got in the box.
No, she was like put him in the box.
Oh, she picked him up like
Anthropomorphic.
Well,
not anthropomorphic.
Moses.
Well, no,
Putting
but
Moses in a basket up the river.
Well, she was just like, I've got to get him away from these wildfires because the whole thing was burning down, and she just managed to get him in this last box, which was just by chance, just by Hollywood gravitas. They were moving the boxes into the planes and flying out of the area because it was burning down. It was like a banana plantation, and it gets in the box, and she just doesn't make it, and their plane flies out, and she obviously becomes a crispy treat to some other organism.
It's your simple spider salvation film.
It's total. I mean, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So it's animated. Yeah, but
That's what I thought.
You gave it sinister undertones because it has to integrate itself with the British house spider.
Well,
and take over.
Yeah, but this is Paddington with spiders.
Okay, now I got it different.
What do you mean?
I thought he came in and took on the British spider hierarchy from the inside, infiltrated them, topped them all off, and became king of the... I'm thinking Game of Thrones, mate.
What is your understanding of integrate?
Malicious integration.
I think integrate just means fit in, doesn't it?
Okay.
Oh, no, I put it. It leaves South America and ends up in a British supermarket where it must learn to adapt and, most importantly, try and fit in with the English house spiders.
Okay, well, I took it different because I see them as evil. So you're right. What this film's doing...
Stigma.
It's fighting spider stigma.
That's it, mate. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay. You literally saw red eyes and fangs.
8 red eyes.
And I saw this cute little multi-eyed thing that was like, Mama, come with me. And it's all like, me, 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 me. And she's like, I can.
So Marcel the shell with shoes on.
With spider.
But Cedric the cunt with 8 legs.
Oh, we got to get rid of the stigma, man.
Yeah. I can't, but I can see where you're going with this. I can see why other people might like this. It could be a great platform to get young ones not scared as I am about spiders, and I think that's only a good thing.
It was kind of selfish of me. I did want to see you just shiver a little, because even I don't really like them, especially giant floor runners, which you get in England. You will occasionally get in like autumn, like October. You'll see this just mass run across the floor, and it's a big old British spider. And there's something horrible about it. I can hold a tarantula in a zoo because it's exotic, it's wonderful, it's weird, but I cannot be near a British house spider. That's strange.
You can hold a tarantula.
I can hold a Quentin tarantula.
Do you know there's 827 types of tarantulas?
Do you know there's an island that's called Spider Island?
Oh, I'm going to die, mate. This is fucking horrible. I see where you're going with a film like this.
Yeah.
I need to see that there's no spiders around me, right?
Well, why don't you tell the audience what sits above you?
It's my worst nightmare. Just above me, there's a face hugger.
A soft toy of a face hugger from Alien.
And every time I walk in here, I have to make eye contact with it to let myself know it's just a toy.
Soft toy?
If this drops on my shoulder now, this room's getting trashed like a cat. I'm just going to scatter around the place. But I actually do like this idea. Cool. Because it could, if young Adam watched a film like this and saw that, you know, spiders don't have to be the enemies, they could be friends, I think it could be quite a good thing. And it can speak about, you know, being someone who's different to everyone else, but if the people you're integrating with are accepting, and if you're willing to learn their ways of living and adapt, and all these acceptance, all these things, all these good messages, it's kind of oddly
Dances with Wolves.
A nice kids film.
Oh yeah,
but focused about spiders.
I think Pixar can make anything cute.
Yeah,
I think you could find a cute spider animation and not be so thrown by it.
So this isn't a malicious spider. It's a salt of the earth spider.
Yeah, it's one who's loved its mum, and it was rescued but doomed because he lost his mum, and then he ends up in a British supermarket. Imagine that. One minute you're in South America, next minute you're hearing someone like, "Where's the fucking peas?"
Yeah. Next minute you're being used as a weapon and chasing a frightened young 19-year-old out of a supermarket who opened you in a box.
Maybe the spider sees a sweet kid playing with a toy spider in the toy section of a supermarket, and he thinks, I'll jump on his shoe because he'll look after me. Look, he loves that spider. And then when the boy goes to bed that night and he lays on his back, the spider just crawls up on his face and goes, hello.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, ah.
I mean, it sounds straight out of Pixar, doesn't it?
Should we write the script?
No, because I don't want anything to do with spiders, even though you've put a nice
You're doing really well.
Thanks, man. In terms of the name of the film, I'm trying my hardest to come up with something other than Dirty Cunts. But that's not really child friendly, is it?
No. Think child friendly.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got the director. I see Brad Bird directing, who's known for his animation. He did in Incredibles and Iron Giant.
Oh, where is he?
He's just he's good with animation, and they've both got good messages in the film. So I see him at the helm. Really cool looking Pixar animation that speaks to like acceptance and understanding that people are different. All sorts of people are different, and that's okay.
It's
we can
already
all get on.
Better than Champions.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. In terms of cast, I have no idea who could voice a spider.
Just a kid, I suppose.
Just a talented child.
Someone who can do a good voice. Whoever did the voice of Marcel Shell Shoes on.
Yeah, she was the she plays one of the siblings in Parks and Recreation.
Oh,
money please.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name.
It could work.
Could work, or just a child with a promising future to give them a chance, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a friendly family film. And for title, I'm really struggling to look past being really horrible.
See, name is everything. That's all you can really do.
Yeah.
With it. You can't really cast it.
8. Yeah.
That's a great name.
8.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted you to have them sort of standard, like, because if it looks good on a DVD, if I see a film that says, are we talking the figure 8 or the spelling of 8?
Just the figure.
The figure 8.
Just 8.
Amazing. That would be,
And
some people might confuse it with 7.
Yeah, it's the sequel to 7.
Yeah, it's an animated spider film. Who does the voice of the spider? Morgan Freeman. I could not stand that crate any longer.
I may be a baby spider.
Keep going. Go on, go.
I can't
go get it.
I may be a baby spider.
Yes.
But I have an old 78-year-old man's voice.
Spiders' vocals be different.
Adam didn't like spiders. But when I turned up in the banana box at Asda, I made a friend. I don't know, man. Yeah, Brad Bird directing, called 8, and it would try to shine a light that spiders can be friends.
In the heart of South America, wild forest fires are putting the lives of all animals in danger, big and small.
What's happening, Mummy?
Nothing, sweetie. We have to leave the web because the great burn is moving closer. Come on now. Pack your leg warmers. You'll need them for later.
Sometimes we have to leave the life we love to live a life that is safe.
Are you coming with me, Mummy?
Not yet, Sienna. But I will be on the next banana box over to you. Remember, my love, be polite. Don't scare the peoples. And what must we always remember?
We can always build a new home.
That's right. Now off you go.
From Brad Bird, director of The Incredibles and The Iron Giant.
You don't look like the spiders from the jungle.
And better for it, those tree-dwelling arachnids are so uncouth. Home is hope, where hope is home. 8, coming soon.
I miss you, Mummy, but I'm happy.